I've seen a lot of games, and I have a feeling this one is going to be special.
Week 6 of the greatest team season, and the 2015 Carolina Panthers are the last unbeaten team in this league. Mike Evans grabs his first touchdown of the season. We're tied at 10 at the break. Into the third quarter, a touchdown machine. The fullback Mike Tolbert, he's gone from 70. The Panthers are up by 7. 1-point game. The rookie couldn't run for the first down to win it. So the Bucs come back with another big ball to Mike Evans, needing just a field goal for the lead. And Ryan Suckup, who's been money all year, goes 4 for 4 today, and the Bucs are up 19-17 with under a minute to go. Carolina needs just a field goal for the win. Newton throws a jump ball to Brown, and they take forever to call a timeout here. No huddle, and finally, with 5 seconds left in the game, they burn their final timeout. And I don't know what Cam Newton's thinking here. A pass to the middle of the field. Game is over, and the Bucs win their 3rd straight with a 19-17 comeback against division rival Carolina. Mike Evans goes berserk in this big home win. The 2019 Kansas City Chiefs have been rolling this year at 4-1, and it looked like they'd win again at the nation's capital as Bashaud Breeland picks off Mark Rippon to give him a 2-score lead. Rippon has had a brutal year, but does throw 2 touchdown passes in the second half. This one to tight end Jimmy Johnson to cap a great drive to win the game for the Redskins. Washington is now 2-4, fresh off of this win by a point. Green Bay quarterback Brett Favre throws for 4 touchdowns in the first half against the hapless 91 Lions. 3 of them in the second quarter, including this 85-yard catch and run from slot receiver Don Beebe. Green Bay jumped out to a 3-touchdown lead in this one and hung on for the win. 28-20 is your final score as the Packers stay alive in the NFC North. Spectacular start to the season for the greatest show on turf. Quarterback Kurt Warner throws his league best 15th touchdown of the season here to Falk. They take a 17-0 lead in the third and win the game by the final of 20-7. Falk goes for 144 yards and a touchdown in a big win. The 1978 Pittsburgh Steelers have looked like one of the best teams in the league this year, and they put it all together against division rival Cleveland. 60-yard touchdown strike to put the Steelers up 10 here to Lynn Swann, and in a turning point of the game, Mel Blount intercepts and brings it back 97 yards for a score. Bernie Kosar, the Browns quarterback, is tied for the league lead with 11 interceptions this year. Bradshaw and the Steelers romp their division rival in Cleveland and are now 5-1 this year. Big win for Pittsburgh. Plenty of mistakes in this football game as neither of these teams, Baltimore and Minnesota, has looked as sharp as we expected coming into the year. Home run threat Travis Taylor scores his 2nd touchdown in as many weeks, and the Ravens jump into the lead courtesy of a botched coverage from Minnesota. They just decided to not look at Shannon Sharp. 21-20 Baltimore after a Gary Anderson field goal. Lewis loses a fumble. Alexander brings it back 53 yards for a Minnesota touchdown. And just to cap off this game fittingly, Dilfer makes another mistake behind his body to Jimmy Hitchcock. Minnesota is now 3-3 with this big win, 33-21 over the Ravens. Houston can take sole possession of first place in the AFC South with a road win against Cincinnati. The Bengals would run all over this Texan defense today, beginning by the rookie Ickey Woods from 19. Then James Brooks goes for 44 here for Cincy. Cap it off with a touchdown to play later. 24-6, this game appeared to be over, but then Daniels scores. Then the defense gets the ball back with a fumble recovery here from D'Amico Ryans. But in a big turning point, Tate is stopped to the goal line, so they settle for a field goal. Still a 1-score game, and they just need a stop. Some sort of stop, but Brooks runs them into the win column here. Cincinnati runs for 204 yards in the victory, 115 of those from star running back James Brooks. 1986 Giants at the 2009 Saints. He's arguably the greatest defensive player in NFL history, and he makes a big play in the first quarter of this one. 32-yard pick six from Lawrence Taylor, and we're tied at 7. The Giants offense could do basically nothing for the game. Breeze, the league leader in completion percentage, takes advantage with a couple of second-half scores. New Orleans is victorious against the Giants and is now tied for first in the NFC South. Raiders are on a 2-game winning streak, but both of these teams haven't looked very sharp to begin the year. Quarterback Ken Stabler has had a dismal season so far with just 5 touchdown passes, but he get on the board in the second quarter of this one in a big way. 76 yards to the speedster Cliff Branch to put the Raiders in the lead. 14-0 in the third quarter before Wentz, who had a brutal day, a couple of picks to George Atkinson. He finds Blunt on the check down to keep him in the game, 14-10. But then he loses a fumble, brought back for a score by Dave Rowe to seal it, 24-10. Philadelphia, despite the loss, is still only a game back of the lead in a brutal NFC East, led by the 1992 Dallas Cowboys. The 2013 Seahawks still need a win to keep afloat atop the NFC West at 4-1. Meanwhile, Arizona comes to town and Fitzgerald gives them the late lead on a 30-yard touchdown. 4th down for the game when Wilson is sacked by Brian Robinson, and the 2008 Cardinals go into Seattle and pull off a shocking win, 18-9. Check out this division. It's the best in the greatest team season. 99 Rams are at the top at 5-1. Shocking upset out of the AFC East as the 1968 Jets, the winners of Super Bowl III, knock out division rival Buffalo. Namath throws now 7 touchdown passes this year. Boozer's in for 6, 24-7 Jets. Game of the week for Week 6 of the greatest team season. The 1999 Tennessee Titans at 1-4 hung in the game against this incredible team. New England's Tom Brady finds Wes Welker for a couple of touchdown passes. He is the league leader in passing as Tom Brady this year, no big surprise. In the fourth quarter, McNair has been pretty good this year too. He finds Sanders for the lead, 20-17, but with 2 minutes to go, this team is almost unstoppable. Watson for a big play. Then on the following snap, Randy Moss for 42 yards in the lead, but they give McNair a bit under 2 minutes and all their timeouts to work with, 24-20. Nearly picked off here from Hobbs. There's Thigpen, then Burt Cohn, then with a few seconds left off of a 12-play drive. 3rd and goal, McNair for the lead. He finds the backup Rodney Thomas. Tennessee's in front with a few seconds to go. Brady needs a miracle here. Final play barring a penalty. He is sacked and the game is over. And the 99 Tennessee Titans stun the Patriots by the final of 27-24. Despite a big day from Brady, McNair was every bit as good. The two quarterbacks combined for 5 touchdowns to no interceptions. And the new first-place team of the AFC East yet again is the 1972 Miami Dolphins. In a game every bit as good as the one from Foxborough, on Sunday night, Chicago visits Atlanta. Anderson has had a tough year running the ball with 0 touchdown runs this season, but he does go over the top of the defense for his second touchdown catch to put Atlanta in front less than a minute into the game. Falcons up 10-3, and in a sign of things to come, Chandler goes deep again, 63 yards to Terrence Mathis, 17-3 at that point. It wouldn't be a Bears game without a Walter Payton long run. 68 yards for the score. Then Chandler throws Chicago back in the game. Richardson picks him off, and then Willie Gault on a jet sweep is gone from 11 yards, and the Bears are in front, 21-20. Under 2 minutes left in the game, Chandler needs a big drive, and he delivers against this incredible defense. Downs for the catch, and then Morton Anderson hits another good one for the lead. He is now 8 for 9 on kicks this year, perfect on 3 tries today. 23-21 Atlanta. McMahon needs a big play, and he couldn't do it. In a week of upsets, the Falcons do it too on Sunday night, 23-21. Despite the loss, the 85 Bears are still first in the NFC North. Monday Night Football from Qualcomm and San Diego. Both John Elway and Phillip Rivers played well in this game, but the Broncos tie it in the second quarter with a big play from one of the rushing leaders, Terrell Davis. Denver ties it at 7, then takes the lead in the third quarter with this score to Smith, 17-10 Broncos, before Rivers ties the game with this one to Jackson. The rookie picks off Elway with a chance for a Denver spot in overtime, and then the Chargers win it with this goal line run from Michael Turner. Tune in a few minutes for the Extra Point Show to wrap up Week 6 of the greatest team season. San Diego caps it off with this win. AFC West is airtight. Chiefs lead it at 4-2.